Another thing that came up for me in some of the conversations that I had about like the dynamics with like having a married male friend and being a single female. I remember like when I was first single, I think the hardest thing that was for me to adjust to being single was being single and sick, and being away from family and friends. Like it was just a really rough time for me. Like it could be depressing, like when you just like don't have it and ain't nobody there. And you may like at sometimes I was still like I'm getting teary eyed thinking about it, like and still having to take care of whatever your responsibilities are. If you have children, whatever, like it's just it doesn't stop and you don't have anybody caring for you. And I mentioned that like it was a beautiful moment for me once when I got sick, and a bunch of like male friends slash acquaintances, like nobody I was dating, nobody who had ever tried me in any way, nobody had ever even hinted at like trying to be in a relationship, how they showed up for me. Like how people brought me water, brought me stuff to help me make the medicines that I make. Like it was like, damn, like it just felt so good to know that like I don't have to be possessed in order to be worthy of care. Like I don't have to belong to someone in order for somebody to care for me. And I remember like, having this conversation, and a friend of mine was like talking to her, talking about her son, and she was saying that like, when you get to doing stuff like that, when you get to showing up for women and, when they sick and doing this and that, like you were starting to show them that, or you're basically trying to lead them on in a way if you're being caring toward them and you know that you don't want to be in a relationship. And I didn't say anything. I just got kind of quiet because I completely disagree, and maybe I should reapproach that conversation, rebroach that conversation. But my thought process was like, we should not teach men, we should not teach boys that you only are allowed to care for people who you are seeking to be yours. Like care is something that you should naturally do for people because people need it, and it has nothing to do with you wanting ownership or it like that shouldn't be the purpose of caring for somebody. And similar same conversation, we're talking about like like your husband being yours and belonging to you and not being able to care for other women is 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 another thing that I get it because I've been there, and it can drum up some shit in you to where you like why are you doing that? Like you must like them, or you must like no. Sometimes you are married to a good ass person. Like I remember like my ex used to like take people to the airport. Like my ex used to like help people with stuff at their house, like help people move. Like I didn't police his care because that was one of the things that I found attractive about him. It was like, man, this is a good dude. Like this is a solid ass dude. But I don't get to own that. Like once we become married, I don't get to own his kindness. I don't get to own his care, and I don't get to dictate how he gets to use it or spend it. And I just want to just encourage people to like think about that, because this single women, it's a bunch, especially black, is a bunch of single women out here who don't have a support system. And when you relegate, or when you tell them, or when you act in ways that reinforces that cannot access care from anybody but women when you are in a rough position, it really puts us in a fucked up situation. Because 9 times out of 10, us women are already up to here with responsibilities, are already got kids, got parents who may be sick, got jobs, got side hustles, got all of the above. And sometimes the only people who are available are men who don't have those responsibilities, or who have women who they can place those responsibilities on. So I just want to challenge our thinking around like care not being a romantic thing, like going back to what it means to be in community and to care for people, not because you want something from them, not because you're trying to trace draws, not because of none of that, but because you're a good person and because you see that there is a need.